And that's why I tell black people we have no refuge other than to say that we're going to be protectors of each other, that the whole of humanity has had a good time stealing from African people, enslaving African people, manipulating African people, and playing games with us. And until we wake up and realize that our best defense against all this is to love one another, to be unified with one another, and to decide for ourselves how we are going to relate to the Creator. And that's very important, because you cannot fight a war with the idea that if you look at the way we deal with white oppression, we say that we're going to pray the oppression away. We're going to wait for God. We're going to wait for angels in heaven. We want to, you know, it's not an effective approach to the practical problems that we have. If religion was our problem, it'd be solved overnight, because we got churches, mosques, synagogues everywhere. We're so religious. When you go to a white neighborhood, it takes miles to see another church. We got the church every year. The white man who has committed more murder and more aggression against different peoples on the planet, he's not obsessed with the idea that he's not blessed.
That's right.
You know what I mean? He's not self, but we believe that there's something wrong. God has punished me because I did this. God don't have time for your individual problem. There's an old saying that God is no respecter of persons. If you do the right thing, you get blessed. If you do the wrong thing, you don't get blessed. And the prospering of the wickedness of the wicked is an illusion. But we also have to remember something. White people do not have anywhere near the guilt complex about the sins that they commit.
Thank you.
They believe in they obviously believe in the mercy of God. They can do anything listen. They kidnapped the nation out of Africa. They almost drove the Indian to extinction in this country. Believe me, these people got a heavy tab to pick up if God was interested in punishing somebody as the way we believe God punishes. You know what I mean?
Right.
So while we concentrate on how right we're not, they're stealing the whole planet. While we sit around arguing about religion, instead of us saying, let's be practical about this. You know what I mean? Let's deal with some basic things. Let's come together around loving each other. You know, you don't have to follow the same religious path that I follow.
Right.
I don't have to believe the same things religious, but I have to be righteous, and I have to be ethical, and I have to understand that it's better for all of us that we should all prosper and have the good things in life, and that we should be protectors to one another, especially with what our history is. And I think that that's very, very important to concentrate on. We have to be lovers and protectors of each other. We cannot expect other people to do it. White people are not going to take care of us. Nobody's going to come through the clouds and save black people from anything. If black people are going to find a liberator, they better look in the mirror, and they better look to one another. If they're going to empower somebody, they should think about empowering each other. Black men must come together and reclaim our family life, and we must reclaim and establish business life amongst ourselves so we can have the dignity of being able to be men in our community. I think this is very, very important. So I want to thank you for this opportunity. I really enjoyed speaking to a real person of the people, in the sense that you are on the grassroots level where the need is the greatest and where you can be the most honest. You know what I mean? A lot of times as we start to get that material ethic and climb in the society, we can't be as honest. I love the level that I'm on, you know what I mean? I don't make my living selling my books. I do this because I love my people. I write my books to support my activism because I want to reach people. And I realize, and I come from a family of people who are very activist-minded, so it's very natural for me. But I also realize that the day is coming, because consciousness is like a pendulum. Right now, we are so swung in the wrong direction that we got to come back to the middle. And when we come back to the middle, appreciation for people like yourself and myself and others who are doing this kind of work will really, really grow. It takes responsibility. Black people have to be responsible, and we have to decide what's important for us. If you didn't hear it on Fox News, it's still all right to support it. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't get it from Barnes & Noble, it's still all right to support it. We have to look to those people who are still trying to operate with integrity in our community, and we have to let them know that we're going to support them. Because, you know, it used to be an expression. A guy says, how could you sell your book on the street? You sold a lot of these books, and I give them to vendors and different people, but I also, individuals say, I like your book, I want to sell your book, and I make arrangements for them to do that. And he said, how can you do that? I said, I do that because there used to be an old saying. The quickest way to get information out was telephone, telegraph, and tell a Negro. So the bottom line is that we have to start telling each other about people's books, like Rose's book, very, very meaningful book. I really enjoyed it. Me and my wife really got a lot from it. The book Without a Name is about personal honesty. It's about integrity. It's about letting people know that you are empowered to make some mighty changes in your life, but you have to believe in that God self, which I do believe in. And my book does the same kind of things. It talks to you in a very individual way and in a very honest way. And if you appreciate honesty and if you want empowerment, these are the kind of projects you really need to be about supporting. NubianDirections.com. That's NubianDirections.com. I can be reached at 646-541-3655. I have a Manhood Training Initiative seminar that I give for at-risk young black men, where we teach them the principles of being protectors and maintainers of black women and children, of themselves. We teach them how to protect themselves from the prison system, and we let them know in a very frank way what they're facing. There's too many sisters who are raising young black men with the collapse of the black father, raising young black men who don't have a resource within the community to try to get some kind of handle on some of these wayward young black boys. But we want them to know that we love them, and we know that they have been targeted for destruction, and unless they have an intervention with black men who have been through the kinds of experiences that they're going to be facing, that is available for them. So once again, I'm NubianDirections.com. The name of this book is Toward the Destruction of a Nigger Mentality. I also have a book called In the Absence of Our Fathers. I want to thank you once again for having the opportunity to speak on your show. It's a great show, and I think that you're doing a very valuable work for the community.
Okay, I just have one question.